From time to time, I'll put together a whole bunch of activities that I set aside, and throughout the week, if we have a moment or if they're asking for something to do, I have them ready to go. Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet, and welcome to my channel. If you're new around here, I do educational activities for kids, ideas and inspirations to learn through play. And more recently, you guys have been asking about what I do with my kids after school, because I don't homeschool and I do go to regular school and have a regular school day. So I've been showing you how I pull together a whole bunch of activities and I set them aside and then pull them back out when we need them, or bored, or we want a little extra learning or supplemental learning. Usually I have those videos when they're called after school routines. I'll put a playlist down below for you to check out. But today I'm going to do things that are based around simple addition. Now I have two children, ages 4 and 6, so they're kind of at different levels. So just depending on what level your child is, you might have to adapt these to your child's needs, which is what's great about this stuff, because you can just kind of mix it up to what works for your family. If you don't have any of these materials, that's okay. That's the whole point of the Purple Alphabet, is to give you ideas and inspirations, because really you should be using the things that you have around the house, repurposing them, and then taking these ideas and using the things that you already have. However, if there are a couple of things that you would like to add to your stash of activities, then I will leave a link to my Amazon store. I usually go in there, and from the items in the video, I will link them into my Amazon store so you can find everything all in one spot. So if you're interested in those things, most certainly check out that link. So here are the things that I have gathered for this week. So the first activity I have is actually a pre-made game already, but this is something that you could probably do very easily at home with some dice. This is called Pop and Add to 20. It's by Lakeshore Learning. I got it a long time ago. I think it's actually a Christmas present from my mother to my kids. And it's just a really good visual way of explaining simple addition up to 20. So you have these little poppers here, and when you pop them, the dice kind of shakes, but you can just use regular dice that you have at home. And then there's all of these apples that you use to do your math equation. So when you pop this one, it says 5. So I'll put 5 apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pop this one, and it says 1, and then you can do the addition problem to count to put your answer over here. And this just uses the dry erase board. So if you haven't been able to tell already, I like to make a variety out of ways to learn addition. So a lot of these same concepts are what we're going to be using as far as counting or using another manipulative to add, but this just gives us a little bit different activity than some of the other ones, although we're doing just the exact same concept, because my daughter just loves the variety. She likes to do it differently, and if it's the same game like this all the time, she just gets bored. So this is what the first one we're going to do. Very simple for both of my girls to do it, but it's only up to 20. And next I'm going to kind of sort out my learning locks. I think I've showed you these a couple of times. I love these things. Once again, from Lakeshore Learning, there are so many of these locks that they have designed. Each lock has a number, and then you have all of these keys that have math problems on them. And so what I usually do is I pick out just a couple and set them up in a tray. I'm going to use this one. This one came from IKEA, I think. I just liked it because it had several different compartments and they can move around and take out. So what I'll do is I'll let this be the workspace, and then I'll put some keys and locks up here at top. Okay, so I'll put 9 in this time. This is probably best geared for my younger child. My oldest child could probably do all of them without hesitation. So just making it a little bit easier by just putting out 9 at first, because she's got all of these keys to find. And in case you're wondering how this works, you just do the math problem on one side. There's 2 different math problems, and you find the corresponding number. If you put the key in and it opens, then you know you got the answer right, which is a lot of fun. The kids really like that. And then I have in the tray, and then she can work in here, and this one is just ready to go and take out when we need it. And for this one, I'm gonna be a little bit more involved, so bear with me as I explain my idea for this one. This is your typical geometric shape activity. This one happens to be from Melissa and Doug, but there's a whole bunch out there. But really what I'm interested in is these little board templates, because I'm going to use this kind of as a visual perception and math game, because visual perception has become very, very important in our house. I'm going to set this up on a tray here to work together on. And beforehand, I'll probably just pick one puzzle at a time. So I'm going to pick this one. And then the next step is going to be to get all the pieces out. So I put them all here on this side. Okay, so here are all the shapes that are within this little puzzle here, and I'm using this little tray here that's kind of like a little plastic tray that I could use my my marker on. So what I will have my daughter do is to count each shape. So this is where the visual perception part comes in, and just being able to identify the shapes and count them. Okay, so now I have all of my shapes that are within this one little board here, and instead of matching them up, which is what you traditionally do with these, I have my dry erase marker and I have my things on a tray, a little plastic tray here. This tray came from Michael's because I know someone's gonna ask me. And I'm gonna have them count each one. So we'll start with the purple triangle. How many purple triangles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then over here she can write 8, and then they'll go through the whole entire list of shapes. So depending on which, shape card that we pull out from the set, each one will be different. So that's the first part, is figuring out how many there are each. Then down here, I'm gonna create the math problem. So then this serves as our key, okay? So that I can make a visual math problem down here with each one of these. So I can say, what is the answer to this problem? And then of course the child will have to find the key. So we know we have 1 plus 3 and the answer. And to check our answer, which is also important, we can go and do the math ourselves. So we count these first, 1, and then we count these next, 2, 3, 4. 4, that's the answer I got. So it's a little bit of a step and a process to go here, but I really like the component of finding these pieces and being able to relate those to actual physical quantities. A lot of fun, and it's a good way to reuse these shapes. And then these just erase right off. So now I'll take all of those things and I'll put them away in my laundry room actually, and keep them there until we're ready to do them. I usually post these activities if we do them on my Instagram page. So head over there to see these ideas in action and my children playing with them. Make sure to click subscribe to see more videos like this, and give me a thumbs up to show your love.